Hello, friends. Welcome in to the Eric Zane Show podcast, the daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures from right here in the Impact Power Sports Studio. Impact Power Sports online at impactpowersportsmi.com. Great place to go for a Yamaha golf cart. Yeah. Maybe a motorcycle, EV, snowmobile, lawnmower. What? I don't know how fun lawnmowers are. I take it back. Some of those zero turns are awesome. It's like you're Captain Kirk sitting there at the Enterprise. Engage. Bam. Anyway, those are loud, though, those zero turns. You know, they've got that, like, jet engine motor on them, and they're so damn loud. I kind of hate dude with jet engine lawnmower. But that's the way it goes. The guy who's got it, my neighbor, you know, I mean, you can hear it 10 miles away. He wears like the ear protection. It's so loud. Which is why I don't understand how a Harley guy doesn't ride the motorcycle without the ear protection. I don't know. Are those pipes directional? Is it not loud to him? Transportation is not supposed to be, like, painful. I've never understood it. That's why the best American made, the best motorcycle made is one that has, like, a muffler. Not these asshole loud bone rattlers. Murder Lover Linda says, I just walked past jet engine lawnmower guy. I'm deaf now. Yeah, even more than zero turn is guy who works for lawn care company, and he like stands on the back of the thing, and he's like on a goddamn chariot, like a Roman soldier chariot guy. Oh. And then you finally get out of earshot of that guy, and then Dick Face has his gas-powered blower. My God. I see Ben Glaze is in the chat. That always makes me happy. We will be doing a Big Fraud Thursday this week. So show number 61 of Who Are These Free Beers will happen on Thursday, followed by the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. Ben Glaze, you won't believe who I talked to today. Andy Green. I don't know if you ever worked with Andy or if you were an intern when Andy was at WGRD, but I just reached out to Andy and we started a conversation. I don't know if it's going to go much further than what we had to say, but that dude is talented, man. That is a funny fucking dude, and he's no longer at the Riff in Detroit, but I'm hoping. I mean, I don't know what exactly happened, but I know that Beasley Media, who runs the Riff, they had just been blowing people out there. They had a mass firing of talent, including one of the sidekick hosts at WMMR on the Preston and Steve show out of Philly. So when it was announced that Andy wasn't there anymore, I had a feeling that it was not what he is saying, because he's saying, yeah, I left. Typically, radio stations, what they do is they'll give you a few bucks to just say that you left on your own accord. And then you sign a piece of paper that says that's a story you got to stand by, because it's so embarrassing for them to have someone out there saying what's on their mind. So I'm guessing there is a non-disclosure in play. And I don't know that. I'm just guessing. Ben Glaze says, oh, yeah, Andy is the nicest person ever. And then he realizes that he's talking about Andy Rent. No, Andy Rent is still on the air at the River. He says, I'm thinking of the wrong Andy. You fucking dummy. All right, well, anyway, I just talked with this guy. He's extremely funny. But in case you're wondering, Any fans of Dave and Chuck the Freak will know Andy Green. And I feel bad for people who are fans of Dave and Chuck the Freak, because outside of Andy, that show sucks so much dick, it's unbelievable. It is absolute shit. God damn. Anyway, I'm already tangenting out, doing my tangent thing. Let's see. Stu McAllister is checking in. Yeah, I guess Stu is being featured now in a news story. I'm going to have to send that here to the email, and we'll check that out. Our very own Stu McAllister, who he's had some health issues recently. He's kind of fucked up. He's got like blood clots, so he's on like blood thinners. So if he like gets a hangnail, he'll be bleeding like fucking Clint Malarchuk of the Sabres back when he got that blade that ruptured his carotid artery. So I know that Stu had to go in for a procedure where they stuck a camera up his pee-pee. And that sounds terrible. But I hope that the big fella is doing okay. I've got a lot of stuff to cover, including this story that I want to get to right now, which is exactly that. It's all about Stu. Oops.
Redefining what's possible.
The big lawn cutting thing.
For every...
Sorry, we don't need to hear that right now. Sometimes when you start these segments, there's like an ad that plays beforehand. All right. Hang on. God damn it. This thing is not doing what it's supposed to. Shit! Serves me right for trying to make it happen on the fly. But Stu McAllister, if you remember, his big thing for quite some time has been like helping people out. You know, for being such a cock, he's a genuinely sweet soul. All right, let's check this out.
Some people really love to cut their lawns. Others maybe can't do it for a variety of reasons. Now, if you fall into this second camp, I know just the guy to help.
Meet Stu McAllister.
I'm a guy with time, and I got a mower.
For the past 5 years, this stand-up comedian has been a real stand-up guy.
Okay, I don't know if I'm not liking the mower. I think that's a battery-powered mower.
Using that mower and free time to make a difference.
I'm just mowing lawns for free. I'm mowing lawns for people in need who, they're elderly, they have a leg issue, they can't mow the lawn themselves, their mower died, their landlord's a bum, their kids are lazy, whatever.
Usually taking requests through the Facebook group Pay It Forward Grand Rapids, Stu doesn't limit his do-gooding to just GR, going as far as Big Rapids before to help a lawn in need.
A professional landscaper.
Okay, let me just say, Stu is a better guy than I am, because I would say, fuck this. There's no fucking way I'm doing that. All right? No way.
No, but you can't beat the price. The price is free.
Get the lines right.
And his inspiration for this grass-cutting crusade comes from even farther away than that.
I grew up in Buffalo. I'm a Buffalo Bills fan.
It is me, your boy Stuchador.
Josh Allen, the quarterback, greatest football player of all time. And he won the MVP this past season. And when he gave his speech, how he ended was, do good, be good, God bless, go Bills. And so it's one of the things, as a Bills fan, I'm part of the West Michigan Bills backers, I'm trying to live up to that, of like doing good and being good. And something as simple as mowing somebody's lawn in need is a way that you can do it.
If you ask Stu yourself, he'll say he's not doing anything special.
And that's the good one that came with the lawnmower. It's pretty exciting.
Just doing the right thing and helping others. Unfortunately, though, that's something in short supply right now.
We all want to be neighborly, or we should want to be neighborly. It's weird how in the last several years we've lost that, I guess. And so if we can do something as simple, again, as just helping people out, We should. Everybody should.
You know what he needs to do with that lawn? Because that lawn looks like shit,
you'd like
even though he's mowing it. He needs to pour gas on it and light a match.
Learn more about Stu's work or find out how to get a hold of him. We've got all that information in the story on our website, fox17online.com. Reporting from Grand Rapids, Andy Curtis, Fox 17 News.
Oh, Andy, Jesus. All right. I think it's important that we bring Stu McAllister in here. Little follow-up work with old Stu. Linda says, is Stu jaundiced, but good for him? Patrick says, this comes off as a bit, and then there's like a laughy face. It does? I didn't get that. What does it come off as? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I think Stu is a good dumbass. That's what I think he is. Hey, Stu, how are you?
Good, man. You?
I just played your story on the podcast.
Nice.
Yeah, like the news story of it.
Yeah, good old Andy Curtis.
Now, how do you know Andy?
I got introduced to him through Terry DeBoer.
Oh, okay. She's spectacular too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Super good.
Nick in Houston, Texas wants to know if does Fox 17 know that Stu abuses dogs?
Yeah, I told him that. We started the article that way. For whatever reason, Andy kept it out. I don't know why.
When did this thing air? First of all, did it just hit?
This morning.
Okay. Have people been hitting you up since then to come and cut the lawn?
I haven't really checked. It's quite possible.
Okay.
That, I won't lie. That is my fear. My fear is that I'm going to get dozens of people going, hey, come cut my lawn.
How can people help you, Stu McAllister?
I mean, if people want to go mow lawns themselves, they can.
Oh, okay. So you're not looking for anybody to help you.
No, I mean, if people want to, that hasn't really been my thing. You know me, man, right?
Yeah, I know that you don't play well with others, so I'm imagining if someone came over to help you, you'd probably tell them to fuck off in the first 5 minutes.
I hope I'm not quite like that. I'm getting there, though. It's unfortunate.
How long ago did you start cutting lawns and helping people, Stu?
It's been 5 years at least. I started doing it during COVID, and it just seemingly took off more this past summer. Someone got a hold of it. Terry was the one who got a hold of it, and then she threw it to Andy. So, it's taken off in a weird way. Again, I'm just a dude mowing lawns.
Right.
You know me, Zane. I'm just a guy.
Now, there have been, a lot of the folks, I'm guessing all of them are down on their luck. Have you had any rich prick that lives in Ada make you cut his lawn?
No, thankfully not. Those cheap fucks yet.
Yeah, if you had somebody do that, would you? And you show up and it's a palace. Would you be like, fuck that, and tell the guy to go fucking pound sand?
I would probably just drive away, right? Like, I probably wouldn't even go out if their address was Ada. I'd be like, thanks, but no thanks.
Has anybody offered you sex for your services?
God, I wish. Just a couple dudes. That's about it.
Do people say, hey, Stu, here's some money, and then you have to, turn it down, or do you accept it and go get yourself a sandwich?
If they do what?
If people, offer you a few bucks.
I've had a couple people offer me money. I've turned it down. Or, to be perfectly honest, Zane, what I tell them is, if they really feel like they need to pay me, they can just donate to a charity of their choice. And then if they do, great. If they don't, great. I mean, I'm doing this because I can help, really. So.
Ben Glaze has a question, which I'll get to. Branjo says Stu needs to throw his Venmo out there, but I don't think you do, because like you just said, you don't want to be accepting money for these efforts.
Yeah, not really. No, I mean, again, if people do want to donate something, feel free to donate to a charity of your choice. Do it in my name.
Okay, all right.
Donate to a humane society in my name.
Yeah. All right, I like that. I can get behind that too. The question is being asked: how was the procedure? Is everything okay after the doctor saw the inside of your pecker?
Oh my God! I'm going to assume you've never had this done, Zane. Have you ever had kidney stones checked or whatever?
I had a catheter up my ding dong once, but that's about it.
Yeah. So currently I have a stent up my dick hole, and that's a lot of fun. I get to pull it out on Wednesday. So I was in a bit of pain for a while. Thankfully, they seemingly got all the kid stones out or smashed. No cancer, because they were doing a cancer check as well. So I'm doing okay. So
What do you mean by?
I'm at work now.
What do you mean when you say you get to pull it out?
A stent it's like a tube from the kidney to your bladder, and then but there is like a string through my dick hole, and it's hanging out of my dick hole a good 3 to 4 inches. It's like I got a horsehair coming out of my dick.
Okay.
And then on Wednesday, I grab a hold of that horsehair, and then I pull out like this 10-inch tube out of my dick.
And you do that at your house?
Yeah.
Wow.
They told me to.
It's like fucking starting a goddamn weed eater.
To me, it's like something straight out of Aliens, right? There's aliens coming out of my dick, and it's gonna kill me.
I cannot believe that they let you do that, because some people would pass out. Like, I would probably pass out.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm a bit nervous about it, but I really wish I could do it today. I think some of the discomfort I'm having is from the stent, but they say to leave it until Wednesday.
But I remember when they removed my catheter, I've talked about this on my show, and this nurse, she like is holding my little wrinkled pecker in one hand, and then she removed it, and it was totally awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Linda suggests try some gummies beforehand.
Yeah, I'm a little hesitant about doing that because, I'm trying to find new jobs, and they're all like, you got to be drug free. And so even though weed's
okay.
legal,
Yeah.
places look weird about it.
That
sucks.
That actually might be weird. All right. Well, I'm glad, though. I mean, I was a little concerned, but you're back at it. You're working. Yep. So basically, you work during the day. The dots are being delivered in a timely fashion. Hopefully. And then you're mowing lawns in your downtime.
Yep, mowing lawns, cracking some jokes. I'm telling some jokes tonight. We'll see how it works. We're going to talk about my wiener procedure, so it'll be all right.
When you say that, do you mean on the podcast or like at a stand-up event?
Yeah, I got to stand up over at Caesar's Pub in Spandale tonight at 8 o'clock. Just a free open mic. Hopefully Ben Glaze shows up.
Well, that'd be something. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Ben Glaze.
Stu, I like what's going on here. It's a Monday. It's good news all the way around. The fact that you're on the mend, you're helping people out. You might get a hand job out of it, and holy shit.
I'll get myself a hand job on Wednesday.
Absolutely. I understand that your pal Jamie, who helped you getting to and from the procedure.
Yeah.
Jamie heard me on Big 101.3 announcing that you're opening up for Tom Segura at Van Andel Arena.
Yeah, she's pretty pissed, man, because she thought it was legit.
So she was thinking, oh my God, he's hit the big time.
Yeah, Jamie's pretty gullible, I guess.
Was she pissed because that opportunity is not real, or because she fell for it?
Because both. She was hoping it would be real, and then she's pissed because she fell for it.
Oh, yeah. She's a dumb shit. I want you to tell her that.
Oh, she knows.
All right. I'll stay. Yeah, you're opening for Gaffigan. Ben Glaze is opening for Louis C.K., and Free Beer is opening for Jeff Dunham and Fluffy Iglesias.
that fits for everybody.
Stu, you're a good man. Take care today, and I'll talk to you soon.
You're the best, baby. I'll see you, Zane.
Well done.
Have a good one.
Stu McAllister making dreams come true. Not really. He's just helping out these poor bastards who, I mean, let's be honest here. Their lawns, everybody that he is going to mow, these are going to be people where when he's pushing the mower, he's going to have to go around right in the middle of the lawn like an old Chevy Impala. He's going to be weed eating around the tires. Or there's going to be an oven right there. And he has to kind of mow around the oven. These are the types of people that Stu is going to be mowing for. And while he's outside mowing, he's going to be able to hear some husband landing blows on his wife and screaming and fighting and debauchery and breaking glass and nonsense, kids running outside naked. It's going to be awful. That's who Stu is mowing for. Down on your luck, translation, loser. Let's be honest here. About the only person I could say I would wipe out down on your luck. I would not help anybody. Down on your luck means you're a loser. Now, if you're an elderly person and cannot move around, now that's who you want to mow. All right? You're going to mow the elderly and infirmed, not the losers. So, you know, in my opinion, if Stu knocks on the door and says, hey, I want to mow your lawn, but the guy opens up and he's drunk, he's got a fucking wife beater on, there's food all over his fucking shirt, and he's screaming at the kids, talking shit and being a real asshole, say, oh, sorry, wrong address. And just turn around and walk away. Chris says, piles of shit in the yard, but they don't have any pets. Alan says, mow and be blown. Yeah, you know, I mean, if Stu's single, I'd say, yeah, hello, madam, how are you? I'm Stu McAllister, the mow and blow program. I will mow your lawn for you right now. Are you interested? Yes or no? Yes. All right, now, this is the mow and blow. So that means after I mow, you have to blow me. I don't know if he'd be up for that. Anyway, outstanding. I'm glad he sent that along, and glad that he is on the mend. All right, where was I? Thank you to Maureen. I appreciate the well wishes. Patrick is here. Alan is here. David in Hudsonville is here. So today is a interesting day for your old pal EZ for a couple of reasons. Probably, actually, really the only reason. It's one big reason. The plan, Madison was up at Fear Bunker North with Ash and Pooh Bear and I this past weekend. And these two couldn't have been more perfect because they're absolutely content in just sitting around by the fire, reading a book, and watching me pick up sticks and throwing them on the fire. And then after hours of that, excuse me, let's make some food. I'll cook for you. I will clean for you. I will make the s'mores for you. I will do it all. That is my bread and butter. That's what I like to do. So that's where my weekend was. And, you know, after that ice storm, there's so much shit to clean up. I could work literally 10 hours a day every day for 100 years. And it wouldn't even be scratching the surface. There's so much shit down. And I don't like going through that forest and down trees. Down trees to me look like shit. I need trees upright only. So I'm essentially cleaning a forest. And it's not easy. So I can actually pull my truck up literally along the side of the road and just start throwing shit in. And so that was my plan. And so I was doing that. And I hurt myself with the chainsaw. I want you to know that I did do that. But I'm okay. And it's one of the dumber injuries, almost as dumb as when I was on the ladder and then wearing Crocs. And the chainsaw, there was just a stupid moment. All you need to know is that I hurt myself badly at the time. That was years ago. But I've done it again with the chainsaw. The saving grace here is the blade was not spinning. There was no movement on the actual chain when I was injured. And it's the most ridiculous injury, but boy, does it fucking hurt. It's getting better today. As you sleep, that's when you heal, I guess. I don't know if you ever knew that, but when you sleep, you heal. This is how it went. I was cutting shit up, and I took off my gear because I was done cutting, shut the saw down, and I wear those protective chaps. And then I got my helmet on and my ear protection and my protective glasses and my mesh visor that goes over the glasses. And then after I took it all off, I realized there was one more cut that I had to make. I'm like, oh, fuck. So I started the chainsaw back. I want to start the chainsaw back up and just make one cut. I did not put on the chaps. And that was a mistake. Now, typically when you're starting a chainsaw, for those of you that know this, you have to put like the back end of it almost, actually between your legs. So it's like you're standing here, you kind of put the chainsaw right here, and it provides like a backstop so that when you pull on the cord, the chainsaw won't move around. But I didn't do that. I just held it out here and pulled it. And typically you don't get enough leverage when you pull it that way because you're not braced against your leg. And so it's harder to start that way. But that's the way I tried starting it. And it did not start, but what it did do when I yanked on it is the bar that holds the chain, it went bam right on my fucking knee. And it doesn't look like much. That does not look like much at all. All right, that spot there. But that little 1/4 inch spot of scab goes all the way in. Motherfuck. Did that hurt? It was the equivalent. Have you ever saw Pulp Fiction when they like stabbed fucking Uma Thurman in the chest to bring her back to life when she snorted the goddamn heroin? It was like that. Tyler says to the bone, you're going to make me pass out. Well, I don't know if it was to the bone, but I know it was more than just a couple layers of skin because it pulled out like a steaming hunk of knee meat. So there's knee meat on this little piece of steel, which is one of the teeth that went in. And oh my God, did that fucking hurt. I was like, holy shit. I went, It was actually in there. Like I had to like pull it to get it out. That's how far in. It was ridiculous. And I immediately started bleeding like a fucking stuck pig. Like, motherfuck. Put the saw down. I got in my truck because I was kind of down the road. And luckily I had a couple of fucking paper towels and put it on there. And but, I mean, it's a good thing that fucking thing didn't start. Because, I mean, the way I started that, it could have been a spinning saw just right into the knee. Ugh. So I'm driving back, and I'm like, oh, shit, this hurts like fuck. And I go, all right. So I did my best I didn't even tell Diana. She kind of walked into the trailer, and I was tending to the injury. And so, all right, there's that. Now, it hurt for the rest of the day. I think it had to have done some damage, particular damage, maybe like in the muscle there or something like that. But fuck. Chris may not have been listening on that portion of the story because he asked the question, don't you own the cut-proof pants? Absolutely I do. I had taken them off after the job was done and had one more cut to make and did not bother to put them back on, thus, and then right there. So I'm fine, but I'm like, well, I'll never again. I've learned. That is how people learn. Maureen says, our dad once cut his knee with a chainsaw down to the B rhymes with cone. So for such a ridiculously stupid-looking cut, I was really impressed with how painful it was. So that happened on Friday. Fast forward to Sunday. I'm cleaning the inside of the old trailer, which, by the way, no mice again. And I hit like a direct corner of a piece of furniture that hit squarely right where the cut was. And Lord have mercy. I almost passed out. Like saw white. It was so ridiculously painful. Oh my God. Oh. And I've been keeping an eye on it because it's like I'm worried about an infection, but it looks good. I think I'm in good shape. Slowly but surely getting better. Could have been so much worse. I am so fucking lucky. But that's not the only ridiculously terrible thing that happened. A third of the way home, Madison and Ash leave before us. As Tyler writes, the chainsaw has tasted easy flesh once again. Chainsaw 2, easy nothing. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to score any points against the chainsaw. So I'm, like I said, I was cleaning the inside of that old trailer because we were in it. I don't like it. I like it to be nice when we get there next time. I don't like it trashed. And Pooh Bear's outside reading her book or whatever, and then she gets a phone call. It's Madison and Ash. They're a third of the way home. Madison's car is broken down. Oh, that's a problem. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? What are we gonna do? Holy shit. Fortunately, Jackie and Justin were in the area because they were also up north at Justin's mother's house, which is not that far away from where we are. So they happened to be going home. So literally they picked him up on the way and left the vehicle. It was off the side of the road on an exit. So then I'm like, oh, fuck. All right, what am I going to do now? And then we put together a plan. We left, got home. I saw it, actually drove by it as we were going down the interstate. And so today now involves, I've got this thing known as a car dolly. That's a deal where the front end of the car goes on like a couple of ramps and you tow it. So I've got it ready to go, hook it up to my truck, got to drive an hour and a half north, pick the fucking thing up, and come on home. That's my day today. So at first I was like, all right, there's no way I can podcast. There's no way because this is going to be so ridiculously hard. And then you ever do that? You think it's like an impossibility. And then time passes and your brain kind of works through the details in a more particular way that makes you think, no, this is pretty run of the mill. This isn't going to be that difficult of a thing. So podcast, and there is a very good chance that it's going to be get this podcast done and then like post it and then immediately after that start the Patreon. So a 100% fact early Patreon bonus podcast today. Thank you for the well wishes, Amy. I appreciate that. Talked to my dad yesterday. My dad doing okay. He sends his love. Bob says, is it going to be an on-the-road Patreon? Patreon bonus from the fraud truck featuring Pooh Bear. That's not the fraud truck. That is the embellisher. The truck is known as the embellisher. Thank you, Rebecca. That's not a terrible idea. It's possible. Maybe we will do some road talk. I know a lot of people like those weirdo shows where I do it from the road like that. You know what? Let's plan on that. I like that idea. Alan, points to you. We will do it from the road. Patreon from the road show. All right? There we go. And what I'll do is I will make that available to both Tier 1 and Tier 2 people on Patreon so that you can, if you're on Tier, like the audio-only podcast, you can get that as well. That way, I don't have to, since I'll be driving to and from, I won't be able to get the audio up as quickly as I'd want to. Alan says, then we can hear you verbally assault other drivers again. Oh, I wanted to let you know I executed probably the greatest zipper merge ever on the way up to Fear Bunker North. So 2 lane was going down to 1. I'm in the left. That's the one that's ending. And, people bail out early. They don't take it to the end like they're supposed to. For all the bitching I hear about people getting pissed off at people who block the lane, who want to stop you from using the lane as far as you can. There's also people who don't adhere to use the whole lane. Wait until it's narrowing, like you've got 10 feet left. Then you get over. All right? That's what you do. That's how you eliminate traffic jams as best as you can, is use that lane to the exact point where you have to get over, the merge point as it is. So there's like 3/4 of a mile left in the lane and no one other than one guy in front of me. And that guy bails early. So he blinkers, gets over, gets into the lane. I go, all right, this is your time to shine. And there's a right way to do this and a wrong way to do this. I don't know if this is for everybody, but this is how I do it. I've talked about this before. I inch my vehicle over, and it's an old big truck. And you get up to speed, like faster than everybody else. And you're ripping by everybody on the right. And you're right on that dotted white line. About the time that the guy on the right, who's the Karen vigilante who's going to block the lane, sees you, you're roaring up his ass, and you're close to him. And sure enough, I saw that fucker in some Acura. He started to think about inching out, but he's like, fuck, this guy's crazy. This is the easy zipper merge crazy fuck maneuver. And he thinks about it, and then he gets right. I mean, you better get right the fuck over it, because here I come. Ready, Freddy, because here I come. So I then got all the way to the end. And as you're approaching the end, you bring your speed down to the same speed to the people to your right. And then as you're then getting closer to the people that you make merge in front of, you're just waiting to match speeds and then blinker and over, and that's it. And then people go, fuck you. And it's like, no, fuck you. I did what the law tells you to do. I really think that we would have more luck with this if MDOT, which is the Department of Transportation in the state of Michigan, or any state, use full lane to merge point, zipper, and then have that sign on both sides of the road, and then also signs that says, do not block lane that is ending. They need to put those fucking things up, because what's happening is these vigilante assholes, they get in front, block the lane, and then people then go around them, and it's going to cause a goddamn accident, or there's some road rage incident, or some dumb fuck Michigan MAGA fucking cunt is going to pull out his goddamn pistol. It's the guy who's got the state of Michigan with holding a gun. That guy, that sticker. My God. Branjo says, sincere point. I honestly believe there needs to be a nationwide awareness campaign about zipper merging. Yeah, if the Department of Transportation is going to do these ads for click it or ticket, which that has worked. I mean, the fact that I know that it's called Click It or Ticket tells you that ad campaign worked. They should do an entire prolonged nationwide campaign, just like Branjo said, and it's zipper or fuck off. All right? Zipper or fuck you campaign. That's what they need to do. Ben Glaze says, I totally agree. I want a sign to keep in my car that says, learn the zipper merge law. Tyler says, the assholes who block usually have a U of M license plate. Oh, Michigan fans are the worst. My God. A trial episode of Easy and the Queen, like a test episode. Branjo says, I took my kids back to their home in San Antonio over the weekend. I drove 2,000 miles in 2 days. Extraordinary dad moment. My God. Rebecca says, U of M fans are the worst. Mediocrity Dave says, zip it or flip it with a big middle finger. Clown of Carnage, a.k.a. Nick. People can't navigate turnarounds. How are they going to zipper merge properly? It's going to take time. All right. All in all, though, the weekend away was just fucking great. I mean, I said to Pooh Bear, I go, look, the things that I look forward to are ridiculous. Like, for example, waking up there with the only thing I have to do is wake up. Like, there's no plan. That is my favorite thing on the planet. That is so serene for me. And the fact that it's there, I don't have cell service, I don't have internet. I have some cell service, but not much. I did something I never do. I read that fucking book, The Cabin at the End of the World. Oh my God. Really getting into it. There was a gory moment. I was like, what the fuck? Shit. I am 2/3 into this book. I'm really ripping through it now. It's the one with Dave Bautista and Ron Weasley. And then just sitting there with the coffee in my hand, and I'm just looking at the sky and looking at trees and listening to birds. I'm like, what has happened to me? This is what you do when you get old. I saw a sticker at one of the gift shops that we went to in Grayling, and it said, something about getting old, wanting to be invited everywhere, but never wanting to go. That is so true. That is the conundrum that I'm in right now. It's like, I want to be asked, but I don't want to go. My God. All right. I wish I had something other than the shit I shared with you to share, but it's really, really amazingly uneventful. My God. By the way, podcasting all this week, podcasting all next week. The following week, no podcasting, period. I am posting material that you can listen to on the free platform. It'll be Patreon material. And on the Patreon platform, it'll be something to listen to while I'm away material. So I'll be working ahead, posting that, and then that's how we'll do it. Because I'm taking a whole week to be up in Grayling. That is our official vacation. I mean, I've been taking a day or two here and there, but that one is full on, one full week. I'll still be technically working in the morning. I'll be waking up at 5 a.m. each day to do the morning show at Q100. Leave it to me. Okay, I'm taking time off, but I'm not really taking time off. All right. It is time, ladies and gentlemen, to update the Fatathon. Easy, Amanda, Rebecca, and Jeremy. I was down to 178.7 last week, and now down to 178. That is down another 0.7, and that puts me at down 7.5 after 16 weeks. Outstanding. Feel good. Feel fine. I would have gone running over the weekend, but honestly, my fucking knee was on fire after that bullshit that I put myself through. I'm taking a look at what Amanda has to offer. Amanda was at 300.2. And she is now at 300. All right, so that's really nothing. But whatever. Scale went down. You're down 3.6 after 2 weeks. Okay. And she wrote a note to me. She said, I got a little fast and loose over the weekend, but I've made a recovery plan. Yeah, I don't think, I think that your recovery plan needs to be just count your calories. Run at a deficit. Some people, you have the ability to figure out your basal metabolic rate and determine how many calories that you actually need. So let's say you need 2,000 calories a day based on age, height, weight. And you then go 1,500 calories. That's negative 3,500 calories for the week. That's 1 pound. This is all math. All right. Plans are fine, but at the end of the day, it's all calories. Don't eat as many calories, and you will lose weight. The math is there. The math is sound. There's no other way around it. If you've gained weight, typically it's because you just haven't taken care of what you need to take care of. All right, let's move on. We've got 2 more Fatathon contestants. Rebecca writes, good morning, Eric. Sorry, this is going to be a short email. Last week, 276.2. This week, down to 273.6. Down 2.6. Outstanding. For a grand total now, 20.5, 21.1. Rebecca, look at you go. That's over 24 weeks. Let's see now if that earns you star on the blubber. Because we got to check in with Jeremy. Yeah, you are going to get the star on the blubber. Jeremy is down to 222.8, which is really something else, considering the fact that he was north of 335 pounds. My God. So last week he weighed in at 225.0, and he is now down to 222.8 for a 2.2 pound loss. A total weight loss since he started 45 weeks ago of 112.5 in 45 weeks. Mike, I'm telling you, man. You can, if you start taking notes of where your mind has been each spot along the way, you can put this into a book. And this would be a book of, it's not a fad, it's literally math. That could be the title of your book. Not a fad diet, a math diet by Jeremy K. All right, you didn't even have to write it. You can have a ghostwriter where you just basically they hit play and record and interview you, And then you talk for, over several sessions. They compile the material. They figure out a great way to write the book, and then boom. But you got to split the proceeds with them. And they're probably going to ask for something on the back end. Excuse me. But as long as you don't quit, because you're still not at your goal. And if you quit now, you're going to go back the other way, and you're going to be back to being all fucked up. We just cannot have that. You've come so far. Outstanding work. In fact, in his email, he wrote, another week, another 2.2, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So let's see. Amanda lost 0.2. I lost 0.7. Jeremy lost 2.2. Rebecca down 2.6. That is the official star on the blubber. Tophus says throw that shit into Chat GPT and let it write the book. Is that a thing? That'll write a whole book for you? Jeremy says the reason why I usually write these super long emails to you is because I'm documenting my thoughts in case I do decide to write a book. Outstanding. Tophus says it is how ChatGPT works. It has gotten that good. Amy is really impressed. She says, you're all doing awesome. Great job. Tophus adds, Jeremy's a rock star. I think they're all rock stars. The fact that Amanda is still slugging it out, at least she's trying. I mean, she's here. So, I mean, now you can build on it. All right? I know I sound like a broken record, but that's how you got to do this shit. All right, it's a Monday. I've got the workplace staff meeting I got to get to, and then I'll be back with more podcasting. Thank you for the idea about the road show. I am going to do the road show today on Patreon, patreon.com/Eric Zane. Sign up for free for 7 days at patreon.com/Eric Zane. I've got some sponsors I want to mention. Jennison Pool and Spa Depot. They're in Jennison. They're along Chicago Drive on the south side of the street. Blue storefront facade, Jennison Pool and Spa Depot. Get all your pool supplies there. They can repair your pool filter, any tear in the liner. They can fix that. They can install a fiberglass or a vinyl lined pool, no problem. Call them at 616-457-0500, 616-457-0500. The hot tub's broke. Hot tub! They can fix that for you, 616-457-0500. Frank Fuss is my guy for healthcare. If you're in between jobs, perhaps you're working for yourself or your boss does not offer health care, you need health care. Reach out to Frank Fuss, My Policy Shop Insurance, 616. Damn it, that's not correct. If you want to reach out to Frank, go to buyinsurancehere.com. Buyinsurancehere.com. Finally, for this first half of the show, Adam Kasari is the realtor of choice, 616-914-4061. Reach out to Adam, and he will sell your home for you or help you buy one. 616-914-4061. That is it for the first